Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and guess what? We got another book review for you, man, so let's go! Now, if you didn't catch my last review on The Alchemist, please go check it out because today's video is of similar structure. So if you want a little bit more information about the structure of the video, please go check out The Alchemist first and then come back to this one. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Guy and welcome to my book review series. And if you're enjoying these videos, these book reviews, make sure you subscribe because I'm releasing videos every single week and you definitely don't want to miss it. Now, the book we're reviewing today is Majak Daw's Autobiography and Biography, written with Heath O'Loughlin. And as always, before we dive in, I want to give you guys a little bit of context. For those of you who don't know who Majak Daw is, well, he's a South Sudanese former AFL player, or for those of you who don't know the sport, it's Australian football rules. You know, that game with that giant egg sort of ball like. Not American football, but Australian football. So he actually retired this year, but he's played at North Melbourne and Melbourne Football Clubs. And most recently he had an experience with the KC Demons in the VFL. And yeah, this is his book. Now here's a quick summary of the book. In his book, you're going to get a quick glimpse of his life, you know, from having to flee his country of birth due to war, some of the challenges he's faced from growing up in Egypt and also in Australia. So this is his story about his life so far, his experiences, some of the challenges he's faced, having to battle depression, anxiety, alcohol abuse, and surviving that 25-meter jump into the Yarra River, which shattered his hips and pelvis. So what's the overall purpose of the book? My biggest takeaway when I read the book is that when it comes to mental health, dealing with anxiety, uncertainty, depression, fears, that no one is immune from that. We've all experienced it, and Majak's story is one that should inspire anyone who's gone through the struggles of belonging, having to change and adapt to a new culture. It's a story that we can all relate to, a story that I certainly relate to, and one that might just open you up just a little bit. Some of the themes and emotions portrayed in the book. From growing up in Egypt, being racially abused, having to adapt to a new culture and a new country, Majak's story is a story of high courage, facing and overcoming your fears. One of the other themes in this book is the ideas around faith and religion. Being of a South Sudanese background myself, I can tell you that the majority of us are very much religious. And yeah, growing up back home, this was a very strong and important part of our culture. And Majak talks about his faith and religion a few times throughout the book and having to reconnect with God. One of the other major themes in this book is the importance of friends and family. As social human beings, we don't thrive alone, so we need people around us. People that we can trust, people that we can connect with, people that we can relate to, people that just simply understand us, and people that we can rely on for support, especially through some of our tougher and more difficult times. And the huge support that Majak received from his family, friends, and the football community, I'm sure that played a major role in his recovery and overcoming that horrific injury. Now, the biggest theme from this book is the ideas around mental health, you know, battling depression and anxiety. Many of us struggle when it comes to dealing with our own internal struggles, especially around mental health. And Majak's story shows us that we are all susceptible to the effects of depression and anxiety. It can hit any one of us at any time. And we should find and learn better ways to deal and cope with it. Majak's battle with mental health led to him trying to take his life 3 times. And like Majak and many others, you can definitely learn to overcome it. You can learn the right tools and skills to better manage your mental health. And understand this, there's a lot of support out there, so definitely reach out if you need. Some of my favorite quotes from the book. Sport became a great language for us to use when our English failed us. Bigger guys always take longer to develop. The male brain reaches maturity at about 25. There are times when I think twice about posting something on social media, for fear that someone might say something abhorrent to me. But if I stop posting for that reason, they've won. The hard part about mental health is that it doesn't always make sense to those who aren't experiencing the pain or trauma. It's sometimes illogical and hard to understand. 4 lessons from the book. The first lesson is that mental health should not be taken lightly. Understand that we're just human beings. Even the people you admire, the people you look up to, your heroes, they struggle as well. So we're not all perfect. But it's okay. It's okay to struggle. Sometimes those struggles are there for a reason. They're there to test you. They're there to push you as an individual. Lesson number 2 is make sure that you have a really strong network of people around you. And I want you guys to understand something, that your friends and family, they want the best for you. They'll do anything to support you. So you might be surprised in how much they're willing to help. Sometimes you just have to build that courage to be able to open yourself up a little bit. And if that's a little difficult for you, just know that there are many other options. So overall, you might not realize it yet, but there are definitely people around you who are willing to help. Sometimes you just need a little reminder, and if you really take some time to really think it through, slowly you'll start to get a better sense of who those people might be. Lesson number 3 here is don't be afraid to speak up and ask for support. Now, I want to add as well that it's quite simple to say go out and ask for support, but for some, they don't really know the how, the when, and who when it comes to asking people and getting the right support or help. So this might be about skill building, but improving on this skill will help people get closer to their desired outcome and get the support that they need. And the 4th lesson here is to learn to challenge and overcome your fears. I don't really need to add much here, but I think a lot of us are already on that journey. But I think that you should always take a little bit of time to think and reflect about some of the challenges that you've overcome in the past, because this will help you build a little bit of courage going forward. You know, Majak and his family faced many challenges in Egypt, in South Sudan, and here in Australia. And I'm sure that every day you're facing your own challenges. So keep it up, keep it going, and don't stop. So guys, we've come to the end of the video, and that's the book review done. That's Majak Daw's Autobiography and Biography with Heath O'Loughlin. Once again, if you've made it this far into the video, you know how much I appreciate you. I think you're amazing, and thank you to all those who continue to support me. Make sure you share your thoughts down below. Are there any aspects of the book that resonate with you? And if you're enjoying these videos, please leave a like and make sure to subscribe. And always, look after yourself, look after your physical health, and most importantly, look after your mental health. I'll see you guys very soon. See you later.
An opportunity now for Simpkin towards Majak, and he takes a one-hander. 53 metres out, it's coming back, it's a big bomb. Majak, thank you.
Some slack, Majak. And he went and pulled it back in with one hand.
Gone.
Michael's.
Nothing worse in these situations if you concede one the other way.
Majak! Awesome.